Hey, welcome to my channel where I talk about my dolls, and that's literally it. And in this video, I'm going to be unboxing the Frozen dolls by American Girl, as well as the Gap outfit, among other things. So I think I should probably start out by explaining what those things are going to be so that you can decide how or if you want to watch this video. I'm going to unbox the Frozen dolls first, and I will probably talk a lot about Frozen because I have a lot of history with it, and Disney. And I'm going to undress the dolls and compare them to what I think will be good dolls to sort of substitute them with in the meantime, because we don't know right now if they're going to get a playline version. And then I'm also going to redress them. I guess I should have said first. I'll explain that when I get there because it's a long story. And I'm going to, because these dolls are, I've already heard, they're very pale, even paler than the Cinderella doll. So I brought a couple dolls that are my palest dolls that I'm going to compare to them just because I'm kind of curious, and maybe you are too. So now that I've said all that, I'm going to put the Gap outfit aside for a minute while I talk more about the Frozen dolls. I had to have them shipped to my American address, and I picked them up today. As I'm recording this, it'll be yesterday by the time I upload. What else should I say about that? Oh yeah, this is really important. So the Berry Rewards Berry tier, they were eligible to purchase them first. And I haven't really talked about this on here yet. It's because it's a little bit of a long story, but I am a Berry tier rewards member now. And I placed this order. It was the Tuesday, I want to say the 30th, July 30th, or yeah, yeah, I think it was July 30th. And they went live at 1 a.m. And I was among the first, maybe the first, to order them. So it said that they were going to ship in order of people who they were going to ship in the sequence of people who ordered them. And so a first batch was available that had been shipping for the last week or so. And now the rest of the dolls are not going to ship until September 6th, which is what it said when you ordered them at the time. So it was a little bit of a surprise that they shipped as soon as they did. And I wasn't planning to pick them up until September. That's another long story that I'll probably get to eventually later in the video. So now I think I prefaced it enough to actually open one of the dolls, and I'm going to start with Anna. And if you look at I shouldn't have moved these yet, but if you look on the boxes themselves, this is where the information was. So the people packing and shipping, this is where the information of which doll is which. And I put them back on top of each other. You'll see that Elsa is identified as blue, and Anna is identified as red. And I'm just going to assume that's talking about their capes, because Anna's cape is more of a pink, but I guess they're calling it red. And then Elsa's cape is blue. I don't know no, because I was going to say maybe it's because she has red hair, but Elsa doesn't have blue hair. So now I've talked enough. So you know what it is? I'm also, because of the way they sat in my American address for a bit of time, I'm a little bit excited to see them. And anytime I won't bring anything on here, I tell myself, go into it calmly, just take your time. But then the childish version of me comes out. So as you can see, here's what's inside when you open it up. And I've only opened one other limited edition Disney doll or limited edition American Girl doll before. So I may be still a little bit of an amateur at it and not do everything correctly. Okay, so this is the right way. I'm trying to do it so you can see as much as possible. I'm cheating by looking. So they do send them really well protected. And I probably sound like I'm talking from... Anyway, these are the cardboard that they place in the corners to protect the box. Oh, good it fit. And the tissue paper came off a lot more easily. So when I got the limited edition Jasmine doll, this was all like taped on. So now it's just kind of placed on top, which is probably better. Oh, and then there's a plastic. I'm sort of discovering this as I go through it. So yeah, this is a different experience from when I opened my limited edition Jasmine doll, which was my first video, the worst video I've done. No, it's not even. The second video was the worst video I've done. So let me just remove this plastic. And I have a lot of lights on in here, and I'm going to show the doll to you as I'm going. So there may be a lot of glare, and I'll try to do my best not to have it too glary. Okay, is that okay? Yeah, okay, so you can get a little good look at her before I start unboxing. I'm just going to remove this stuff and then move on to Elsa. And I think I already said, and I'm jumping all over the place because I'm excited. I have already said that these dolls are allegedly, apparently, paler than Cinderella, who I opened in my last video, which was only a couple days ago, and I was very shocked at how pale she was. I think just because it was Cinderella, and Cinderella, I don't know why they would make Cinderella so pale, but Elsa for sure. Because the thing about the Frozen dolls, or Frozen franchises I was alluding to before, is I have a big history with Disney and Disney collecting. um, and so when Frozen came out, Disney had already been making limited edition dolls, 17-inch limited edition dolls for a few years. They came out. It came out in 2013, I think, around 2009. But it was probably the first when they started, so about 4 years. Is she upside down? Oh, good. She's very pale. Okay, so same thing, except there's no plastic barrier over. Ooh, a lot of glare. I don't know why Anna got a plastic barrier and Elsa didn't. Oh, she looks so good. I'm actually really excited for Elsa, and I know that Anna has been more popular. Making a mess over here, so here's just a little glance at her before I get this box out of the way. So what I was saying earlier about about the limited edition Disney dolls is the 17-inch dolls they were releasing. They were pretty successful. Quite a lot of us were really devoted and ready to buy all the dolls. And then when Frozen was being released, there was a lot of hype within the Disney community about Frozen because I think it was the character designs were really interesting and really pretty. I should have warned in the beginning that I think I did warn in the beginning that I have a lot to say about Frozen. So anyway, back to what I was saying about the Frozen franchise, which is its own franchise separate from the Princess franchise. When it was in development and all these images were leaking, everybody was really excited about the design of Elsa, especially because it changed a lot. It changed quite a bit as we were seeing. I think people were sleuthing and finding these images, and so when these dolls came out, everybody who was already collecting the 17-inch dolls were so excited. And I went to the store. I used to have, I think, 5 local Disney stores at the time. These dolls, not these, the 17-inch Disney store dolls were released. So I went the day of the movie was being released back in 2013, as I already mentioned. And I basically camped outside the store that was going to open at 10. I took the day off work. I used to do this when they were releasing these dolls because sometimes there was a lot of competition. And I was outside the store. I think I was out there 6:30 in the morning. So to wait 3.5 hours, which doesn't sound that drastic, but I was literally the only person there until about 8:30. So I was the only one there for 2 hours, just being like, I'm going to get them. Because I knew my store was only going to have 4 of them. And so now when I found out these dolls were coming out, I went back to that same excitement. And I was looking so forward to when they would release. And that's why I kept refreshing the site. I'm trying not to say too much weird stuff. But anyway, so now let me at least remove the clear covers because I had to get that off my chest because I have been so excitedly waiting for these dolls, even though I'm not going to collect a lot of the American Girl Disney princesses as themselves. These ones I am going to keep as, oh my goodness, she's very beautiful. That I don't know if that sounded negative, but she's so pale. And the Disney limited edition 17-inch doll was almost blue. She looked like she was almost like a frozen corpse. But it was really majestic, very magical. And because Elsa is a magical character, it is just one of those things that really captivates you. And I just want to look at her again because I have to be honest. I know Anna is selling a lot more. I might get into that in a bit of how I know that. But this Elsa doll is so beautiful. I'm so excited. What else do I need to say before I start? Anyway, so just look at her yourself. She's really fantastic. And Elsa is has always been the more popular character, within the franchise and within the Disney universe. And one thing I really liked about Elsa is people who it's not been officially announced that she's left-handed, but a lot of her actions in the movie indicate that she's left-handed. I don't see it as I'm a left-handed person, by the way. So whenever there's like a Disney princess who's left-handed, I'm like, oh, she's like me. But so even though she's already very popular, I feel like the connection with her is that she's left-handed. Let me just look at her again. And so, what was I even saying? I really like the doll. I got to be honest. I haven't even looked at Anna yet, who I was more excited about because she's my favorite mold aside from Claudie. But I have to move on because I just keep talking in circles about her. So come here, Anna. Yeah, so these dolls were very expensive, by the way. They upped the price $10. So what are they now? Were they $310? Yeah, I can see that they're both paler than Cinderella. And I don't mean to be not excited about her as I went off on and on about Elsa. And another funny thing that's been happening with Anna, and I was curious to see which one I would get, is I think sometimes her braid. I think I read somewhere that sometimes her braids are attached to the bodice of her dress. It's not really a dress, is it? It's like is it two separate pieces? No, I don't think so. And sometimes it's attached to the box somehow, but I'm not too sure how the mechanism behind it. This doll is like her eyes are flawless. That's the biggest thing for me when I'm opening a new doll, is looking at the eye placement, and she's just perfect. And I've mentioned this in other. Sorry, I don't know if I should. I'm all over the place here, but I don't think I've even shown her close up yet. So if you can see, she's just perfect, right? It's not just me. I'm really excited for these dolls. And what I was saying earlier about them, like hopefully we'll get Playline dolls one day, is when I first saw that they were released as limited edition, or were going to be released as limited edition dolls, I thought it made sense because the movie was released in 2013, which means 11 people who are obsessed with Frozen 11 years ago would be either aged out of it, or it would be like adult collectors who would be more interested. So with that in mind, I was kind of talking to people at work, like other adults who have kids who are into Disney, and it turns out I was completely wrong. Kids, like, it's the young kids who really love Frozen. Even still, I guess it's because it had a sequel. What was it, like 4 or 5 years ago at this point? So I guess it would be nice if they do a playline version of the dolls. But I understood why they wanted to do limited edition first, because Disney treats the Frozen franchise as like, the most luxurious, the most elite. It, like, they can't even put them with the other princesses because they've been like, the movie and the dolls, any toys Frozen related that get released are just the biggest sellers. And when they first, so I have so much to say that I might bounce all over the place a lot. When when the movie came out, I was really excited. I saw it 2 or 3 times in theater because I really did enjoy it, and I love the characters. I love Elsa, like I said already. And there was also another thing being released at the same time. Disney was doing. Let me start unboxing. Actually, there was Disney was releasing, because it was the 50th anniversary of It's a Small World, the ride at Disneyland, or when it premiered at some fair that is eluding me right now because I'm focused on these dolls. If you're curious, she's number 4006 of 5000. It's up here. I don't know if you can see it, if I'm getting it close enough. Anna. So when they were releasing these It's a Small World dolls at Disney Store to commemorate the 50th anniversary, or maybe 55th anniversary of It's a Small World. So I'm just looking at how to remove her without damaging anything, because I haven't released or unboxed a lot of, or I've only unboxed the one limited edition American Girl doll. Okay, I think it should be simple enough. So they had, oh, that's easy. I don't think I realized it did that last time. So they were releasing It's a Small World dolls, and I still have them in my collection to this day. And they were supposed to release, I think, a few more, like maybe 5 more for the actual anniversary. They released a couple, I think a wave of 7 in anticipation. But my theory is they didn't end up releasing all those other It's a Small World dolls because, oh no, her hairnet is attached to the back. So, and I wanted it to keep her bangs up. That's fine. The doll universe was telling me not to do that. So my understanding, or my belief, is, my conspiracy theory is that they couldn't release the other It's a Small World dolls because production lines were totally held up with all the Frozen merchandise because it was just like flying off the shelves in late 2013 and early 2014. Beautiful. That's I'm really in awe of how pretty these dolls are in person. And when Cinderella really like shocked me with how pale she was, these dolls I didn't ever really considered Anna as pale as Elsa is character wise, but I can see it makes sense now that I'm looking at her in person. Oh, she has this like plastic barrier around her. I'm gonna undress them in a minute, but I just want to get them unboxed first. So she's got, you can see this opening in the back of her cloak. Let me see how it goes. Okay, so it's Velcro. Just wanted to show it to you first while I figure it out. Is it all Velcro? Yeah, so it gets just, okay, so it's just, why did they do that? That's so weird. I don't know. Sorry. If you're wondering, it's like a velveteen material. As I mentioned, the Disney Store limited edition dolls, the second Anna doll that came out was wearing this outfit, but she also came with her, like the hat from the movie and the mittens. So I feel like at the price point of $310, it probably could have had those. I'm not sure why it doesn't, but ugh, I'm sorry. The bottom of her skirt doesn't feel nice. It's like painted. Is it glitter or just, it feels like painted. Yeah, so on the bottom, there's this little trim going along. I'm saving Elsa for a second because I'm really excited about her. I want to, not to get save the best for last or anything, but and back to what I was saying. So this is like kind of, there's no lining, which is fine. That doesn't bother me. But this is along the bottom. I don't even remember her having this kind of pattern along the bottom of her skirt, so I'm not sure why they wanted to put this weird feeling material down there. But the flowers are embroidered, which is similar to Anna's Disney Store doll dress. And velvet up here, the bodice up here is velvet with Swarovski. The characters never wore earrings. I appreciate the extra Swarovski details. And how does this come off? Does it just like, well, as I said, I want to, oh, okay, it does just kind of pop off. There's this like plastic barrier around the heart hooks. Do they hook back, do they clasp back in? I'm sure they're supposed to clasp. I'll just show you how it looks. And I really wonder why they had that Velcro thing in the back. Listen, I want to show them off. I'm probably going to put them in front of the screen a lot in this video. I feel like I was saying something. I was in the middle of something. Oh yeah, talking about the quality of the dress. It's just the regular, it gets to the thicker polyester on the skirt. I believe the Disney Store version of this Anna had a velveteen skirt as well as the cloak and the bodice. But the Disney Store dolls don't have Swarovski, never have Swarovski. They have like plastic rhinestones. So when I would buy my Disney dolls, and I had over 100 at one point for sure, I would remove all the plastic rhinestones and replace them with Swarovski because Swarovski really does make a difference. And for now, I don't know if I had more if I was in the middle of saying something about Anna, but I have to get to Elsa. Yeah, okay, so I was saying that they made more of Elsa because she's a more popular character, but I think the doll of Anna she's definitely being received better because, what did I say? So she was 5,000, right? Yeah, 5,000, and she was made of 7,000 because I'm looking at her certificate and she's number 47 of 7,000. It's just the number of the certificate. I don't care about a low number. It's the doll is what matters to me. It's not like the number's printed on her anywhere. And I think she might be sewn in. Oh no, she's got T tags. Nope, she's sewn in. So I brought scissors just in case. So I'm a part of like American Girl Facebook groups and everything, and somebody figured out some kind of trick how to find out how many dolls are left of each of the characters. And last that they were able to check, because it seems like American Girl figured it out and stopped them, thwarted their maneuver. So I think Anna was around 1,000 left, and I feel like she had almost like still 4,000, which means that she's just not selling as much as Anna, which makes sense to me in a way because Elsa is she's just such that more popular of a character. I guess it is maybe people want Anna for the doll because the doll is really like versatile. Sorry, this is one time I'm usually not this careful when I'm removing my or unboxing my American Girl dolls, but that's a weird thing to do to her braid. She's got like different lengths of hair, as you can see right here. I don't know if it's going to pick it up on camera, but so it doesn't stick into the braid. And everybody's already said her hair is very dry. I don't feel it too. It doesn't feel crunchy to me. It feels fine. And I'm not just being overly forgiving because of a bias toward the character. Something's stuck. Oh, there's another elastic. Okay. Am I gonna even put these things? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab her doll stand. Ugh. What is this made of? It's like she's wearing I don't want to say a garbage bag, but it's very plasticky. And I'm going to keep comparing them to the Disney Store limited edition dolls because I used to always say that because I've collected other high-end collectible dolls as well, and I used to say that Disney was up there but not the top. And now that I'm comparing it to American Girl, which I do think is really high in quality, this Elsa her outfit doesn't feel as high quality as, give me 1 second, as high quality as the Disney Store version. So it's like I'm eating my words. Oh, there's so much stuff to think about. Okay, so let me show you the doll up close first. Can you even see her? Like, is she so pale that she just disappears? Um, the train of her cape comes about this far. That's okay. Yeah, that's decent. In the movie, it's pretty dramatic, but I mean, they're not gonna go all that way. And again, it's got a lot of like glitter print on it, Swarovski crystals, which I love. And then other than that, she's got sequins on her bodice. Ooh. I'm looking in the monitor, by the way, so I'm seeing how much she sparkles. It's like the sequins on camera sparkle better than the Swarovski. Oh, her braid's not supposed to be like that. Okay, I showed her to you wrong. Okay, now you can look at her. Take it in for a minute. What else do I need to say about her? Again, she's got earrings, doesn't need them. And that piece of braid, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but that is not becoming. And she's got all these clips, which I think the limited edition Disney Store doll, either she had it. A Disney Store also did these exclusive dolls with Harrods, which is it's a high end store in London, England. Sorry, we have a London, Ontario, Canada, so I feel like I should determine which London I mean, even though none of you are thinking of London, Ontario. So yeah, they did these really, really souped up versions of the limited edition dolls, and I think they were a limited edition of 100, and they had a lot more details on them, like more embroidery, more crystals, rhinestones, sorry. And I think that version, it's like I sold off my set a long time ago, so I do think she had some of these crystals in her hair because in the movie she kind of had, I don't know, something sparkling there. And I thought they might have the Rapunzel. Oh, they have different eye color. Give me 1 second. I don't know if it's just the way that the eyes look on them, but Elsa's eyes look a little bit deeper. It's probably just because she's a ghost. And so now let me show them to you side by side up close. Get out of the way so you can see them better. So yeah, I wonder what people will think of the dolls now that they've been released, because they're still not sold out at this point, and it's been a good 2 weeks, right? It's been maybe 3 weeks. All right, now let me look at the details of their outfits a bit better. So she's got, yeah, her boots are like that faux leather kind of material with some crystals and embroidery. So more Swarovski. I'll never complain about not enough Swarovski or too much Swarovski. And I'm hoping I can remove their outfits without having to like cut a bunch of T-tags or other threads, because so here's what I was saying earlier. I want to change their outfits because there was a movie in 2018, Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, that featured the Disney princesses because they, in the movie Wreck-It Ralph, they went into the internet and they ended up in Oh My Disney, a blog that Disney has about everything Disney, but the Disney princesses included and Frozen. So Vanellope goes in and she meets the princesses, and they're sort of like a blog version of the princesses. They're not supposed to be themselves. And eventually they change into casual outfits. So first you meet them in their iconic outfits, all, I think it was 13 of the characters, 13 of the princesses. And then later in the movie, they change their outfits. And I was able to put together through American Girl pieces versions of those outfits that look pretty close to their casual outfits. And so it's something I want to see, and maybe people do too. And I can see one thing I need to cut. Okay, so she's got, sorry. So I'm going to start with Anna because, ooh, let me just carefully cut out her, how is this on there? I can't even really see. Oh, it's just like a thread, okay. So I want to start with Anna because her casual version of the outfit is so close to what it looks like in the Wreck-It Ralph movie. And I should have warned that if I'm doing something intricate, I might just have to stop what I'm talking about so that I don't ruin anything, because obviously these dolls are expensive. And this is like so very close. Why would they sew it like that? I don't think I ruined anything. To anybody out there holding their breath for me. Does this come off easily? Oh, okay. So now I can show you if you're curious. Is there any Swarovski on here? Just on the, so on the clasp, the heart clasp, which I don't know, am I gonna have to like put the plastic piece over on it? Anyway, so this is, like I said, velvet. It's got some embroidery details and these tassels. Are they called tassels? Pom-poms. Pom-poms a lot across, which is, aside from this weird Velcro thing going down, it's very reminiscent of the Disney Store version. So there's that. I'm going to put it on another doll later. I'll explain why when I get to it so that I'm not just like constantly stopping. So it crunched up her neckline of her shirt a little bit. Let me just, even though I'm about to take it off, just make sure it's okay to fix it up. Yeah, cool. So back to the outfit I was talking about with Wreck-It Ralph. So in the movie, she ends up changing into just like a pair of, they're a little more high top than this, like high top Converse style shoes. And I have these off-brand versions and little socks. And then she's wearing a pair of short jean shorts. These are from Maple Leaf, I believe it's called the O Canada outfit, which are a little bit lighter than what she's wearing in the movie, but they look pretty much like this. And then she's wearing a black, I guess I would call it a muscle tee. I don't know what girls would call this, where it's sleeveless. And instead of saying live play, it's got a picture of a sandwich that says finish each other's sandwiches, which is weird to me because she's singing that in the song to Hans, who turns out to be the villain of the movie. Sorry if that's a spoiler. The movie is 11 years old. And then she's wearing a green, sorry, this comes with a CYO outfit. So it's in the shop right now. Maybe some of you have it. And then she wears a green plaid shirt, long sleeve shirt, rolled up over it. This is Logan's, and her shirt in the movie, it's a little bit darker. It doesn't have much white. It's more like dark green and blacks where the white is, but very, very close. And I'm eager to see if it all comes together very nicely. And if you want to see, so everything's Velcroed because it's American Girl. And these are elasticated, so there's no Velcro there. And I'm going to try to be very careful because not only are they limited edition, they're new. Okay, this might take a little bit of get her hair out the way. And I don't want to get anything stuck in the Velcro because I'm really, really bad for that. It's very tight. I guess it's a good thing that it looks good. And, so it's like you're watching me try to be very careful as I'm doing this because I'm so the reason I might as well just say the reason I'm trying to take off these clothes carefully is because I'm going to put them on dolls that I think are good substitutes in the meantime. If you don't want to spend, if somebody can't spend the, what is it, $310? Oh, these are tight. Ooh. Because I do know there are 18-inch, so if you want to see these close up, the embroidery and the Swarovski crystals, what are there? Three Swarovski crystals. A little bit of a kitten heel, the faux leather. Because I know at least Emily Rose on Amazon makes Frozen outfits, a 18-inch doll. Give me a second. I don't want to like ruin because it's new. Normally, I'm not this delicate with my clothes because I know they're built to last. But okay, so I think this is her bigger foot. I always struggle with one foot at least on every doll. So Emily Rose, as I was saying, makes 18-inch doll outfits for the two Frozen dolls. So if anybody, people probably already have them if they care about it. But I was sorry. The reason I wanted to put them on other dolls is I think I have dolls that are comparable to these two, but they're not this pale. And I can't believe I'm looking over at Cinderella. I'm going to bring her up in a minute, but I can't believe that Anna. I never realized she was supposed to be super pale. Oh, I don't know if the black shirt's supposed to be tucked in or not. I'm not going to tuck it in. And another thing about the Wreck-It Ralph movie, the sequel, is I was very, very active on Instagram at the time with my Disney collection and especially my Tiana collection, obviously. And all of us who posted regularly our Disney collections and had our favorite princess, we lost our minds when when we got to see the new updated design. Especially for those of us who collected or were really into the pre 3D princess. Like my favorite one is Tiana. So seeing her in 3D was it was like a revelation. It's probably not the right time in this video, but anyway, when they first, I'll just quickly say that when they first showed the princesses, Tiana was kind of, what's the word? What would you say? Kind of Euro-centralized. Like they lost a lot of how she was supposed to look, and so people kind of rallied together positively to get her changed, to make her look how she should have looked, and they reanimated her. So, sometimes when you speak up about things that could be better, sometimes you're heard. And I'm like, was there something else I wanted to talk about? Because uh, you wouldn't believe the history I have with these dolls, with the Frozen or Disney in general. But also looking at her coming together, I'm so glad that I have this. Like, this is such a good, um, how would you say? It's like such a good version of the outfit. Like this is, I hope anybody watching knows what I'm talking about. So this is basically, yeah, the graphic is very different on here, on this, but it's a black sleeveless shirt. Other than that, it's like, this is literally, not literally, this is the Anna casual outfit from Wreck-It Ralph. And unfortunately, the Elsa outfit I have is a little bit more of like a substitute. It's not as accurate as this one altogether. So what she wear, I'm using Corinne's pants and sweater and the shoes that came with Govey's backstage, because in the movie her casual outfit is like it's a blue sweater, a little bit more low cut, which I will not, I prefer high cut shirts on my American Girl dolls. It's like a gradient blue. So it starts off blue, goes gradient down to white, and it says just let it go. So, oh, and the pants the tights she's wearing in the movie are black with sparkles. So this is purple. This is as close as I could get with American Girl items, and it's actually, looking at it this way, it's not that far off. So I'm hoping that when it comes together, it'll give the same, because this is really good. Like this is like not these are pieces that already exist, so it's not like I'm taking credit for that. It looks so accurate. It's just lucky that it exists the way it does. So yeah, feeling her dress, it's not that nice. There's too much printed on, like painted on, and I can see that it's still going to be kind of delicate, especially with the Swarovski all over it. So bear with me as I carefully remove it, because it's just like a mesh. The sleeves are mesh, and there's some printed details on it. And did I show you Anna's dress close up enough? I will in a minute. Let me just be careful when I remove Elsa's dress. And as I said, I'm not usually this ginger with removing doll clothes, but this feels like maybe I'm not supposed to do this. And I also hope that even though I'm putting them in like basically versions of Anna and Elsa outfits. I'm hoping it'll give a little bit of whew, jeepers. I'm hoping it'll give a little bit of an idea to anyone who wanted to see them in more less princessy outfits, more like modern outfits. Okay, so her look at this ghost. That's sorry. There are people who could be this pale, and I'm not making fun. Like I'm pretty pale too. Maybe not compared to her. Oh, maybe I shouldn't make fun of her. Oh, sorry. Before I put it away, so here, if you want to see it up close, again, it looks nice, and like it's like a lot of the princess costumes. It looks nice, but it's not the nicest feeling, let's say. So yeah, I think they did a really good job, and I understand why things are printed and painted on almost, like with all the glitter, because the way it is in the movie, embroidery would make this really heavy and probably really damage the kind of material they use. It was the same thing with the Disney Store doll too. Again, comparing, but I always forgave it because I would prefer the doll to look good than to just like I don't know feel comfort in the fact that they embroidered. But I'm not that crazy about embroidery, to be honest. I was more about the crystals. Give me that sparkle. So here are her shoes, which I think, in the movie, they're very fractals, frozen fractals, you know, as she says in the song. They're a lot more jagged and they look more made out of crystal, whereas these are just like a clear plastic, iridescent, very pretty. They've got like a snowflake decal, it's plastic, and then a Swarovski crystal, to anybody who was curious. And I'm just gonna, like, as I said, put her in Corinne's meat outfit, which is just a like version, sort of like a little bit of a different version of what she wore in the movie Wreck-It Ralph 2. As I've already said so much, but I'm really, you know what though? Even if it wasn't like an homage to what she's wearing in that movie, it's still a pretty good outfit for her, all things considered. You know, it's very wintry and sparkly. Maybe the purple would be better if it were blue, but I don't know. I don't mind. Oh yeah, I forgot this is a delicate sweater and I'm talking too much. Ooh. This would have been one of those times to use a Velcro, an ideal time to use a Velcro strip on her. Or on, whoa. You know what I thought? Because she's so pale, the sweater's kind of thin. So I thought because she's so pale, you wouldn't see the body as much. But I feel like her body glows. Ugh. this isn't this isn't as successful as I was hoping. And her little ballet flats. Whatever. It's really not as cute as I hoped. But you may feel differently. But whoa, look how see-through that sweater is. So anyway, here she is in a little bit of a more modern version. To anybody who is considering, nobody, I mean, I don't know how many people would buy these expensive dolls. Wow, I was just going to say, I don't know if anybody would buy with these expensive dolls to make them like a non-Disney doll, and I did that to Jasmine. So, wow, hypocrite. And she looks. Can you even see her? Anyway, I just want you to. I don't know if I got close up enough before, but yeah, I actually have to adjust. So what was I saying? Oh, and the shoes. So the funny thing about the shoes is like on the dolls and all the promo materials for the movie with the dolls, the characters wearing their casual outfits. These are definitely black, but in some angles in the movie, like some of the clips and like some of the scenes, they almost look like they're blue, like they change between blue and black. So now I've got them in their casual outfits, and I want to show the dolls I have that I think are good substitutes if you wanted to buy like an Emily Rose Anna and Elsa outfit and put it on like a doll that's more affordable. I'm going to start with Anna, who is Nikki is a good substitute, and I just want to show them beside each other because obviously Anna's a lot paler, but I don't think she needs to be this pale. And her, I mean, her hair's not this red, Nikki's, but Nikki does have like a red wig, and her blonde streaks are reminiscent of like the bangs, the red streaks in the front of her hair, like the bangs. They could be used to braid into her hair because Anna has that. You know, when Elsa freezes her, her hair gets that white streak in it. So that could be used if you wanted to. But the one thing I want to warn, if anybody was thinking about doing this, is my Nikki's hair at least, I could speak about her, is I only braided this much of the hair because if I went any lower, so many hairs stuck out that it didn't look like a good braid. So this was like the most, I don't know if cohesive is the right word, but this was the most organized braid I could manage without it just looking silly. So for sure, this wig is superior for Anna in every way, but this is a good substitute for anyone who's really like sad that they don't have a playline doll yet. Especially if you have, I'm gonna put her in Anna's outfit now. Because as I was saying, like I had convinced myself when it came out, I was like, oh yeah, it makes sense that they made these dolls limited edition. You know, to keep it, they tried, to keep the Frozen franchise elite. Oh, and I should have said that I was trying to like kind of replicate her Anna's casual outfit, which it has pieces from her skater outfit, and then this is what's tied around her waist in Nikki's meat outfit. And as you can see, I tied her bangs back. It looks ridiculous, but I didn't realize I was going to call myself out like that. So let me put her outfit over here. So yeah, like now I feel like at first, like I was saying, I was like, oh no, makes sense, and trying to like justify why they would have these playline or limited edition dolls that are so expensive that not everybody could afford to get their kids. But if there is any FOMO, just in the meantime, if you have a Nikki doll or if you can afford to get a Nikki doll, I think she might be a good substitute. And so that's why I'm gonna put her in this outfit to see if that helps anyone decide. But even if not, I mean, really, do kids, I don't know, do they need it to look, does it need to be the same mold, etc.? Because obviously the thing missing from Nikki are the freckles. So now let me just give you a little close-up of the dress because I moved really quickly. So as I said before, it's like velvet bodice, so much Swarovski, and a polyester skirt with painted glitter on the bottom. Or printed, I guess you should say. It's like, I'm sure there's a proper name for how they get that on there, but I personally don't like how it feels. That's all. And I'm not mad at the dolls because of it. I'm just saying, like, that's one thing I could have done without printed on. And I'm being again, a hypocrite because Elsa's dress is the same thing, but I think you can embroider polyester because, the flowers are embroidered. So I just think the printed design that I don't even remember being on her dress. So it's like, was it necessary? And again, if you get the outfit from Emily Rose or anything else, it's not gonna be this exact outfit, but I'm just trying to show how her outfit could look on Nikki. And you just have to like improvise a little bit with the hair because it's not the perfect color, and because of those streaks, it may not sit right when you braid it. But it took a lot for me to separate the blonde from her rest of her hair, so I hope you understand why I didn't want to redo her hair. I will never change her hair as long as I have this doll in my collection. She will always have the hair separated. So I think looking at her, I know she's Nikki, so maybe it's not giving me the illusion I need, but I think she's decent. She's a decent Anna substitute for anyone who is trying to. I would imagine some kids are really upset. I'm just going to assume I'm not a parent, but I can understand how kids can get upset when they want dolls. And, that's what toy companies are hoping for, so it's not bad to say that they got upset. And let me just put this on, even though I don't know if the Emily Rose outfit has a cloak. And if it does, it certainly doesn't unvelcro in the back. So that's, what, I'm gonna have to figure out that clasp later. It is so weird. But anyway, let me know how you feel about Nikki in Anna's outfit if somebody wanted to substitute while we're waiting on a playline doll, because it could happen. Oops, no, she should be over here. I'm putting them all over the place. And I think the obvious, I'm assuming this is the obvious choice for Elsa, is going to be Truly Me 115, who had one of those cardboard brackets on her. So I had two options because there aren't, I never put these, even off camera I didn't put the doll stand on her correctly. The two best options are 115 and Rapunzel. I chose 115 for two reasons. One, her skin is actually lighter than Rapunzel's. She's got that, is it number 5 skin tone? I don't know if it's the same as Blair. I don't have Blair, but it's the lightest that you can get in like Truly Me and CYO. And then she has, the hair is an okay length. It's just, I didn't want to brush out the curls because obviously I'm just doing this for the video to show if anybody's curious how she would look in Elsa's outfit. And she's got gray eyes, whereas Elsa has the deep blue eyes like Nikki eyes. Oh, and that's the other thing I should have said. Nikki has a deep blue eyes, so they're actually a pretty good match for Anna as far as I can tell. So to show them side by side, it's almost laughable how pale Elsa is. Ooh, look at her hands. That's wild. But it's fine. I'm not, like, a doll doesn't have to be perfect, I think, for a child's sake. So, again, going back to the theory that you have or can buy an Elsa costume, outfit, sorry. Costume is what your daughter would wear, not, or child would wear, I shouldn't say, just daughter. Is what your child would wear. An outfit is what the doll would wear. I have such a bad habit of calling their outfits costumes. So she's just wearing Tenny's Spotlight outfit now because she kind of, it's a long story that has nothing to do with this video, but I think I just rambled. Oh, and I think I already mentioned that, like, you could probably brush out the curls in her hair, but I absolutely want to keep her hair curly because it's part of what I love about her. And because they're the same sculpt, the Marie Grace mold, I just chose her based on that alone. But there, honestly, to be like, really, there are other dolls. She doesn't have to be the Marie Grace mold, but because I'm a little bit of a purist in some ways, I wanted to go with the same mold. And bear with me, I just want to be very careful because this, even though it's not like an organza or anything, it's still just like a polyester mesh. I just want to be careful that I don't ruin anything, just damage anything. I'm just moving it very slowly, trying to get around all her fingers because their hands are like this, which you already probably know. And just delicately pull it up. Now, again, I'm hoping everybody if anybody is interested in doing this, they're not going to do it with the limited edition outfit. They're going to do it with like a playline version of this outfit. Now, I can already like believe it. Ooh. Ooh. Bear with me, sorry. It's because I have to bring the Velcro together. I have to make sure it's as high up on her shoulders as it needs to be, and I'm not getting it. Come on. Get up. People are watching. Oh, unless everybody's like, nope, checked out. But it's okay. I still have fun talking to myself in my living room at this point. You know what? Honestly, I guess she doesn't need to be that pale. Because when I look at, let me take her headband off. It looks ridiculous. I don't know if I want to try any of the, and by coincidence, I don't know if I want to, sorry, I was going to say, I don't know if I want to try any of the hair clips on her. Ooh, these shoes are very collapsible. Is that what I would say? There. Ooh. You know, watch me do it and then decide if you want to do these probably unwise things. I think my 115 has bigger feet than my Elsa. Yeah, this headband's got to go. I can see it. What I was trying to say, I don't know if I finished, was that I'm not going to remove any of the clips from Elsa's hair because, for one thing, if you buy the Emily Rose outfit, it won't come with those anyway. And two, I don't think it's very necessary. Another thing I think I was trying to say, but I was really distracted by like not ruining this dress, was that this doll already had Swarovski earrings. They're just Swarovski studs that I used some glue to attach to her ears. So yeah, the braid looks a little off because I didn't straighten her hair. You could probably do some stuff to it. I won't know, and I can't totally advise you, but I think to anybody who, you know, again, who's upset that they can't get this for their child because it's just too much money and totally understandable, here's a possible option. Let's put, because the other thing I wanted to do, see, I'm already distracted. How should I stand them? Because I want to compare them, first of all, to, you know what, let me put her out here. I want to compare them to Cinderella and another 18-inch doll I have who's even paler than Cinderella. And I'm really curious to see if she's paler than these two. So anyway, here's my Cinderella. My last video was an unboxing of this doll, so she's not Cinderella in my collection. She's Ella, and obviously in Mary Ellen's world, wearing Mary Ellen's prototype dress. And can I just take a moment to say how pretty she is? I was really thrown at first by her complexion because she's very different until these two came. Very different from all the light skin dolls. The skin tone number 5. So I did have to adjust. So here she is. Let's put her next to Anna first because Anna. Oh wow, Anna is quite lighter. I don't know if it's how much is showing up on camera, but looking at their arms in person, she really is quite a bit lighter than Cinderella. And I almost thought Cinderella would be the right color for Elsa. So now, I mean, you can probably see Elsa in the background, but you just roll up her sleeve. Like, what is this color? Don't get me wrong, it's very pretty and I'm one to talk. But I'm just saying, like, as far as like American Girl making these very pale dolls all of a sudden, it's just new. And you know, it could be any time they come up with a new skin tone. But I guess not any, but this one's pretty extreme. Anyway, I hope I've made it clear how much I do love the new Frozen dolls. Look at Elsa again. Yeah, I'm upset about. Sorry, upset's an exaggeration. I mean, it's just a doll wig, but yeah, that short part, that's like a whole chunk of hair that's like shorter. It's very weird, but not honestly, it's not enough to make me like I want to replace my doll. Oh, is her? Are these clips? Oh, okay, so some of them are snowflakes. At first, I was like, oh no, some of the petals from the snowflake broke off because some of them are just they're just Swarovski clips. If you want to see, so this is like I don't know if you can make it out from here, just a regular clip. And then this is like a snowflake with a Swarovski crystal in the middle. And I've seen some pictures of people having issues with the wig having gaps. No, no, mine's all good. And if you want to see how the hair is done, they've done some elastics to get them down to the middle. I'm just saying if anybody wants to replicate the hairstyle, this may help you. So you see how those elastics come in and then they form the braid. That's not what I did with her hair. I almost like did my version of somebody who doesn't know how to French braid doll hair. I did my version of that. So yeah, there she is. Anybody who sees that, and then it just comes down in a long braid, which you know sometimes when you braid doll hair, it's like too thick, and this doesn't look too bad, especially compared to the 17-inch doll. Sorry, the 17-inch Disney Store doll. Now, did I say everything I needed to say about the Frozen dolls? I think I don't need to keep Cinderella on here because it's just kind of in the way. Oh, one more doll that I wanted to compare for her paleness. And I feel like I should probably give a little bit of a jump scare warning, not to be rude. This is a Maple Lee doll, and I've shown her on here before. And when I bought her on the secondary market, she's really old. Just Dream Studios, she's kind of like, I consider her like a Maple Lee uh, expert because she's been collecting them forever. She taught me that my doll is from 2007 and it's the 4th batch. So she's really old. And so she may be a little bit faded and some of her makeup is faded. So I'm just saying that because if she looks really scary, I did try to put her in a cute outfit, but she's very pale. So I wanted to show her next to she's paler than Cinderella. So I wanted to show her next to, oh my goodness. She's probably paler than Anna. Oh, I hope her face isn't too much. Yeah, she's paler than Anna. That is, why is she so pale? She's wearing one of my favorite Maple Lee outfits, by the way, and that's why I thought it might cute her up a little bit. She's just not for me. But I will probably try to, okay, we finally have someone paler than this. Do we? I actually think Brienne is paler than Elsa. Because Elsa, compared to her, has a little bit of like rosiness. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but her skin, as pale as it is kind of rosy compared to Brienne's. Brienne, girl. Wow. Okay. I wasn't being dramatic. She really is that like deathly looking. But anyway, she's an old doll and I've looked at the new version of her and she's still pale, but I think because of the blushing and stuff that's probably faded on this doll. And another thing, I'm going to put her up close to the camera, so jump scare warning. I think what another thing that makes her look scary is her eyes have, like, around her irises, like the whites of her eyes are kind of a little bit like yellow or pink. So I think that's part of the reason too that she's just not resonating with me. And I want to put a quick note. The video's already all over the place, so it's fine. I always complained about the Maple Leaf shoes on American Girl because, as you can see, I'll take off her shoe in a minute. The foot is long and narrow, and when you put it on an American Girl doll, the toes are very visible. But look at this girl. Her toes are visible too, so I guess it's just the design of the shoe. Like, even her toes show through. Like, I think these shoes could have been designed a little bit uh, better. But they're very cute. So I mean the shape, not the design itself is very cute. So I'm always talking about how the narrow shoe. So I'm hoping you can get a little sense, to anybody who's seen my Maple Leaf outfit unboxing videos, I'm hoping you can get a sense of why the shoes fit so funny. Because these kids have some long, narrow feet. So yes, I think I've proven you are way too pale. And I think the last part of the video I need to talk about, I don't know if I skipped anything, maybe, but if it was important, I would have remembered, right? So the last thing I want to do is unbox the American Girl by Gap outfit, or the collab outfit. And I really liked, okay, so I liked parts of the outfit. I'm not crazy when an outfit or even in like what I wear, I don't want like a label, even if it's like Gucci. I don't want it just emblazoned across my chest. I'd rather just let the style speak for itself. But maybe it just is a little bit too attention seeking. I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't want to be a billboard for somebody. So I think that's what kind of made me go, oh, I like parts of the outfit, but I don't love that it says Gap right across the hoodie. But then it went on sale. It's Saturday when I'm filming this. I received this Thursday. I bought it on Monday. So Monday it went on sale for 40% off. This is it sold out on the American Girl website, and it was only left on the Gap website. So and I was like, oh, you know when something sells out, you get kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have. But then I'm like, oh, you know what, it wasn't meant to be. So then when it went on sale, I was like, okay, fine, I'll get it now, because it was 40% off, and then if you signed up for, was it their emails or some kind of distribution list, you got an extra 20% off. So it ended up being like $26, which is like, how often do you get an entire American Girl outfit for $26? This time. So it was like, okay, even if I don't love everything about the outfit, I will at least enjoy the pieces that I enjoy. So I'm going to dress my 108 in this outfit, just because, you know, someone to display it. Because I have to be honest, it is cute. It's high quality. These shoes alone, I'm not saying I would spend $26 on a pair of American Girl doll shoes. Yeah, I said that right. But these are so cute, and I just feel like they could be used like, nah. I was thinking Mary Ellen's World, but I'm reaching. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if they could be. Tell me what I want to hear. And then there's this cute hoodie with the little gap in the back. So yeah, I guess you could stick their ponytail out if you really needed to. But obviously it's just to help put it on. So it's the skirt that I really love, because it's just a basic denim skirt. The shoes, the skirt, and these socks are really cute, high socks. And because I heard the Gap is printed on, I'm like, could you peel it off? I'm not gonna try, but I just wonder looking at it. So these are the high socks that are, like I just said, printed on. Nah. I've also in the past like unembroidered sweater, like a sweater that I've been gifted, like been given as a gift, because I really didn't want it to say like whatever the brand was across my chest, but I like the sweater, the print of it. So who knows, maybe I'll unembroider this. I won't. That's too much work for a doll. So yeah, to anybody who was questioning, I hope you got the outfit when it went on sale, at least. Because that is a really good deal, even if you only want it for pieces. And I'm just going to put it on my 108 because she's a pretty new doll and very gorgeous. And I'm trying to like rack my brain to recall if I was supposed to say anything else about the Frozen dolls. I guess I can talk about my trip into America today. It was, okay, so I discovered, because I've complained a little bit, I think, in the past about how long the trip has gotten. So today I was just like, you know what? Go early, see if that's the ticket. And it was. So what's been a 3-hour drive over the last couple months was just the regular, let's say, hour and 45 minutes. I mean, it's a little bit long, but an hour and 45 minutes from 3 hours, who could complain? But it wasn't just So it wasn't meant to be that I was just trying to get there quicker. When I came back, because I was in and out pretty quick, when I came back, the last hour of my drive was like a torrential downpour, and it was just like been raining ever since. Like not torrentially, like the whole time, but it's like if I had left at my regular time and taken that long trip. This is weird. How do I put this on her now? Ugh. If I had left at my regular time, I would have been stuck. Like so much of my drive would have been in that torrential downpour. And I'm lucky that I'm not a nervous driver in the rain. But truthfully, it's like you have to worry about other people because not everyone. Sorry, I'm not even showing how I did this. I kind of put it over her because I didn't want to like ruin her hair. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna turn her head around because you really have to be careful of other people because not everyone. Like as soon as it starts to rain, even if it's not torrential, people just start driving at like we do kilometers in Canada. I guess driving like what would that be like 10 miles an hour, 20 kilometers an hour. So it was like coming back, everybody had their hazards on, and I was like, why do you have your hazards on? We're all driving in the same thing. I can't tell if you're signaling. But they would have their hazards on, but not their night lights. Anyway, so I guess I just wanted to like document a little bit about the experience because sometimes I'm like, because this is a vlog, right? Technically, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's like a documenting. If I ever want to look back on what my experience was when I did something, but I can never look back at these videos. They're too embarrassing. People are very kind, and uh, but it's still nice because it's not like I come from an Instagram background technically, meaning like I would usually post all my doll experiences on Instagram, and it's a lot easier to read a post that you did, like look back on it, like reminisce, than to like watch a video that you did because brutal. So here, this is Serena. Oh, I know one piece I want to get on her. Oh, but it's not going to suit her, match her anymore. So she's got all these gold stars. So I gave her Grace's charm bracelet because she, in my storyline, Serena, truly me went away, who's so beautiful, right? She's beautiful, right? Tell me she's beautiful. She is French, like French American, like moved to America from France. So I gave her Grace's charm bracelet, which is silver, but I think silver's bad with gold, right? So I feel like there's hair stuck in here. And this is actually a pretty tricky bracelet to get on, but I don't want to. Oh, did it work? Oh, okay. I guess the trick to getting it on is saying it's tricky to get it on. The socks are a little like trying to get things to poke through. It's a little funny sometimes. So yeah, definitely worth it. $26 for this outfit. I can't believe it. Very cute. So because like I don't even remember what the original price was at this point. Was it 40? No, that doesn't sound right. The math doesn't sound right. I threw the box whatever. I was gonna check to see if like it said if there was like a way bill. Before I show her, I just want to get her hair looking pretty. And I don't know if the sale's still going on. I think it might be to anybody who didn't get it yet, and to anybody who got it before. I wonder if they were doing price adjustments. Should this be here? It's not visible. Like, how could I resist? It reminded me of Christy at AG Takes Over when she talked about 7 influencers and collecting and how like they're toxic. One of them is like when something goes on sale and you're like, I don't need it, and then it goes on sale and you're like, it goes on sale and then you think, but now I'm gonna get it. That's what this was. Because I did have a little bit of, well, when I say FOMO, okay, now I can show it to you. When I say FOMO, I mean like when everybody was talking about how much they love it, I was like, yeah, there are pieces I love about it, but I just can't pay that much for this outfit as is. So if it goes on sale, I'll get it. But then it sold out. So I was like, not going to happen. But look, so pretty on Serena. Her big curls. And was that everything I needed to say? Because I think I'm coming to the end here. The only last thing I wanted to talk about was because it was a trip to America to pick up a lot of boxes. I'll do another unboxing because it's like in line. This isn't in line with the Disney theme, but I picked up a whole bunch of Tiana merchandise. It's for the new ride that opened up in Disney World, and it's a very very important ride. So the merchandise behind it all is also very important. So when I do the unboxing, it's probably going to be next weekend. I'm going to have like a story time to go along with it because I think it's really important to talk about why the ride exists and why the merchandise is so special. And as a Tiana collector, I need it too, but there's more to it than that. And I think that was all I needed to say. But honestly, when I say that it's all I needed to say, I thought I had a lot more. So I should have written things down. I'll never learn. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed seeing the different like the outfits on the Frozen girls. I'm definitely going to swap them back when I finish recording. So I I will have at least these memories of putting it on for this video for the video. And yeah, I think that's everything. I don't know if I mentioned I'm looking over at Rapunzel. That's what I'm saying. I chose 115 because she's a bit paler and doesn't have freckles. I hope I said that. I probably did. So other than that, I think I'm good to go, and I will see you soon in the next one.